Betelgeuse is a star that needs little introduction, especially on a dedicated stellar channel such as this one. Nestled within the Orion constellation, it has long been a subject of fascination and wonder. But the thing is, it may not actually be around for that much longer, and maybe, just maybe, it might not even last our lifetimes. Hi everyone, Vega here, and in today's video we continue our Brightest Star series with a look at Alpha Orionis, but more importantly, what might happen when it disappears from our view. So let's get to it. Just like in human life, stellar life starts and has an ending, albeit on a much more extreme timescale. Much has been made recently of first the dimming of the red giant star back in 2020, but also what the star might look like if it were to go supernova in our skies. Now I'm not someone who's disinterested in those things, but there are quite a few channels already documenting it, so it made me think, what about what happens after all the hullabaloo is finished? Starting right back at the beginning, and a long way before its cataclysmic end, interestingly, Betelgeuse would have existed as a hot luminous white star during its main sequence phase, a likely spectral type of 095. Betelgeuse's characteristics would have been strangely similar to some of the current belt stars of Orion, giant massive powerhouse stars like Mintaka and Alnitak. This intriguing connection highlights the intricate tapestry of stellar evolution, where stars of different ages and stages all shine in our skies, and indeed can exhibit shared characteristics. Despite the mounting anticipation surrounding Betelgeuse's ultimate fate, astronomers find it challenging to predict the exact timing of its supernova. The event could occur within the next few thousand years, but probably more likely within the next few 100,000 years. It's easy to get excited and dream that it may happen next week, but I'd like to slightly dampen down those expectations, for now at least. That said, the relatively high likelihood of Betelgeuse's impending doom has ignited a degree of excitement within the scientific and astronomical community, as it would of course present a rare opportunity to witness such a celestial event and spectacle of monumental proportions. Betelgeuse supernova would likely be as bright as our moon given its relative proximity, but exact details are somewhat debatable. But what happens to the star afterwards? It's all really about how much of the mass left in Betelgeuse's core remains. For example, if the core were to possess a mass between 1.4 and 3 times that of our Sun, it would undergo a collapse and ultimately transform into a neutron star in a relatively routine explosion, if indeed we can talk about such things in a relative way. However, if the core were more massive, gravitational collapse would overpower the forces inside those quantum particles, and it would continue spiralling into a more degenerate object, exhibiting properties which many would describe as a black hole, and the creation of either an as yet unimagined or described dense object, or indeed, mathematically speaking, possibly a gravitational singularity that challenges our understanding of the fabric of space-time. Situated approximately 600 light-years from Earth, Betelgeuse's explosive demise would have a profound impact on our neighbourhood stars and constellations. Those who would benefit, so to speak, include Hadar, also known as Beta Centauri, which would ascend to become the 10th brightest star in our night sky, replacing Betelgeuse. The Eagle star of Altair would follow closely as the 11th brightest. This reshuffling of stellar rankings, of course, exemplifies the dynamic nature of the universe, where the loss of a prominent star can significantly alter the celestial hierarchy as we see it. Within the confines of the Orion constellation, the supernova event would catapult Bellatrix, or Gamma Orionis, to become its second brightest star. This newfound prominence would showcase the transformative power of cosmic phenomena, as the theoretical departure of Betelgeuse would allow other stars like Bellatrix to shine with heightened radiance. Further afield, the supernova would bestow Gamma Cassiopeiae, or Navi, the distinction of becoming the 4th most massive star within 1,000 light-years, surpassing all others except the K-giant of Almach, familiar with Rigel, and the larger of the 2 giant stars in the Southern Hemisphere's Arcturus system. Meanwhile, in sheer volume scale, Antares, a red supergiant much in the mould of Betelgeuse, but this time in the Scorpius constellation, would seize the title of the most voluminous star within 1,000 light-year radius, further solidifying its reputation as a stellar giant, and indeed a testament to the grandeur of the cosmos. The aftermath of Betelgeuse's supernova is obviously a subject of great intrigue and speculation. One possibility is that it might resemble to a degree the Crab Nebula, a celestial phenomenon resulting from a supernova that was observed back in 1054 AD. The intricate tendrils and intricate structures within the Crab Nebula serve as a haunting reminder of the explosive energy released during a stellar demise, and Betelgeuse presumably would be no different. Moreover, the supernova event would prompt a re-evaluation of the star designations within the Orion constellation. Rigel, currently known as Beta Orionis, might be elevated to the status of Alpha, and possibly Bellatrix would become the new Beta Orionis, replacing Rigel. Strangely, however, Rigel for most of its time in the sky is already the brightest star within Orion. That said, this transformation would still mark a significant shift in the perceived hierarchy of the constellation, and maybe invite a renewed exploration of its celestial wonders. The famous quadrangle of stars, including Betelgeuse and Rigel, but also Bellatrix top right and Safe bottom left, would unfortunately be no more. What this means, of course, is that we must not overlook either the change in mythical circumstances that would accompany Betelgeuse's departure. Orion, the mighty hunter of Greek mythology, would forever lose its right shoulder, a sombre reminder of the transient nature of cosmic existence and the perpetual dance of stellar births and deaths. Unfortunately, whatever is left behind in the Betelgeuse system would become invisible to our naked eyes, and indeed over the next few hundred to 1,000 years, Betelgeuse is due to travel away from our solar system whatever happens to it, whether or not it goes supernova. Betelgeuse is a much talked about and loved star. Recent observations have speculated about a dimming and how it also might look as a supernova explosion in our skies, but often fables and tales of stellar goings-on end there. The aftermath of Betelgeuse's hypothetical supernova presents a fascinating canvas upon which celestial transformations unfold. The ascension of neighbouring stars like Hadar and Altair in brightness, Bellatrix within the constellation of Orion, Navi in sheer mass size, and Antares becoming the most giant and voluminous star within our nearby grouping, mean the repercussions of Betelgeuse's cataclysmic fate would reverberate throughout our night skies. As we gaze upon stars, we're reminded of the splendour that define the cosmos, but that it also perpetually captivates and indeed is ever evolving. Thanks for watching, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. If you would like to support the channel further, you could consider buying me a coffee, and I'll link this in the description. Thanks to those of you who have already done so, and if you have any videos or subjects you'd like to see brought to life, don't forget to let me know in the comments below, and it could just be your idea next week that shows up. Take good care of yourselves and look after your friends and family well, and I'll see you on the next one.